This was my morning routine as a teenager. I woke up to the sound of the alarm or the sound of my mother's voice, woke up quickly, went to the bathroom, slapped a moisturizer on my face, went to the bathroom, grabbed a fruit, grabbed a drink, grabbed my bag and my books, ran to the car or ran to the bus, got to school, dozed a little bit at school, felt a little bit tired but active again. When school time was done, ran back home, sat on the sofa, watched TV, texted my friend, gossiped, and I could do this over and over again. Well, that was called puberty. As I grew older, went to university, had a normal job, started working, I realized that I needed more than just grabbing my bag, running for the bus, going to work, and starting my day. I felt tired during the day. I felt really exhausted during the day. I felt like I had no purpose. When I was at work, when my manager say to me, "Well done for a good job," or my team leader says to me, "Well done for a good job," it never gave me the satisfaction that I wanted. I felt like there was something missing. There is something that I needed to do more of. The company was gaining, the company was growing, or the companies I worked for were getting better. The service was getting better. But me as a person, I was still staying the same. I never felt better. I never felt like I was growing. I just felt like I was stuck. Then I realized that something needs to change in my life. Something that I'm doing every day needs to change in my life for me to feel a little bit purposeful. And that is when I started a morning routine that has really helped my productivity. This morning routine that I'm going to be sharing with you is a morning routine that has got me to a more productive way, has got me to do things, has got me to be in a position whereby I'm happy with myself. I go to work. When a manager says to me, "Well done for your job," I'm like, "Oh, no problem, that's fine." At the end of the day, I feel more accomplished. So one of the beautiful things that really helped me, there is a quote that I read that said, "Excuses make life easier today, harder tomorrow. Discipline makes life hard today, but easier tomorrow." When it comes to morning routine, you need to prioritize 3 things: mind, body, and gut. MBG. That's my own thing. So I'm going to explain to you a morning routine that has really got me going. Before I get started with this morning routine, I just want to say to you that before you start anything in life, anything new in life, have your why. You're actually doing that. Why do you think waking up at 5:30 will be a good idea? Why do you think exercise will be a good thing? Why do you think drinking water is a good thing? Why do you think all those things that you want to do have a reason to that? Know your why. Once you understand your why, that is going to help you motivate you. So typically with me, I wake up at 5:30 or 6:30, depending on what class I have in the morning, what workout class I have in the morning. But before the whole workout, before I go to the gym, before I do everything that I do in the morning, the first thing I do is make my bed. Now, I have been making my bed since I was 6 years old. So when I was 6 years old, I was taken to boarding school. I was in boarding school until the age of 18. So I had to make my bed. They never made our beds when I was 6 years old. So I've been taught the discipline of making the bed and the importance of making the bed. Now, the way in which we made our beds, it was very neat. We had to fold it at a certain angle every single day. We did it like the military in my school, but over time that's something that I'm used to doing. I'm used to making a bed. It doesn't matter if I live in a hotel room, doesn't matter where I go. Before I leave the room, I just make a bed. It's part of me and part of my culture. In a book published in 2017 by a gentleman called Mark Raven, he explains that making your bed in the morning sets you up for success. His theory is that by just making your bed, you have accomplished something towards the day. So the simple idea of tidying up the covers, putting your pillows on, making sure that your bed is neat is a form of accomplishment that sets you up for the other things that you're going to do in the day. So for me in the morning, I get up, I make my bed religiously every single day. I take my time, I check it, I put my sheets on, I put my pillows on, I make sure that my bed is looking nice and tidy before I come out of my room, before I do anything. So the next thing I do after making my bed is that I go and get myself a warm hug. Now, for me, a warm hug is something warm in the morning. It can be a glass of warm water, which I always recommend everybody to drink a glass of warm water in the morning when you wake up. Just do that for yourself when you wake up in the morning. So on this particular day, I didn't have a warm glass of water. I had my tea, and this tea is the CCF tea that I got from Radhi, Jay Shetty's wife. I'm sorry to reference her like that because she's her own person, but just for you to know, exactly who she is. So I do the CCF tea, which is cumin, coriander, and fennel. I put it in a pan. I boil this. in the morning, and it helps me with digestion. It has been said that having something warm in the morning aids digestion and helps with metabolism. Helps to kickstart your stomach, which helps your metabolism. It helps to stimulate the digestive organs within your body and prepare it for the tasks during the day. Now, for me, when I drink that, it really helps me and it makes me feel fuller, because then I'm not rushing to eat something. I'm not rushing to pick up something, because I'm not someone who eats very early in the morning. So while I'm waiting for my tea to boil up, I get into my next task. The task that I do next is I try as much as I can to move my body and stretch. I'm not a stretcher, so this is something that I'm including into my morning routine because I need it for my gym. So I start off by stretching in the kitchen as the tea is boiling, because I have to wait for it to boil until it's ready, sieve it, and then have it. So what I do is that I try as much as I can to stretch. So I do squats, as you can see. I do some squats, I do some stretching, I do some breathers as well. I breathe in, I breathe out, as much as I can as I'm waiting for the tea to boil. The thing that I don't like doing is sitting down as I'm waiting for the tea to boil, because then I feel much more dull. I try to sleep on the table and I'm like, oh my God, when is this getting ready? So it downs down my motivation or my productivity. So I try as much as I can to move my body already. I'm trying to kickstart my body as I'm waiting for the tea to get ready, and that is a very good thing to do every single time in the morning. If you're someone who doesn't like to go to the gym, you're not a gymmer, you're not an exercise person, just stretch, just do these body movements. They really help your body, help body X. They also get your body into that mood of like, oh my God, it's a feel good moment. So the next part on my morning routine after that is that I get to the gym. Now, my class started at 7:30 in the morning, so I've done all the bits I wanted to do in the morning. I get into my class and then I follow whatever class is going on. So
not into the fire. Yo, last one's up, this one. And hold. Yes, yeah. All right, let's bring the feet in.
Today, on this particular day, I was having a body pump, and that workout itself was hard. I struggled so much. And this is a tip that I can tell you, is that it's okay to struggle sometimes when you're carrying the weights, and if you've been used to carrying certain type of weights and now they're a bit heavier, it's okay to feel that way, but do not give up. So why I do my exercises, or why I carry the weights that I carry. I don't do a lot of weightlifting like I used to do before, but I carry a little bit of weights. It's only because when you get older, you have saggy skin and your skin becomes a little bit loose. So as early as possible as you can, try to do as much weightlifting to retain your muscle. Not weightlifting as you think, but lift a couple of weights to retain your muscle. And strength as well. So strength and muscle retention are so important. So you can have a toned body. You can try to prevent the saggy skin and keep yourself a little bit lean. That way it will help you. I'm trying to look as young as I can possibly look like when I'm at the age of 50, 60, 70, whatever it is, 10 years from now, okay? Because as of now, I'm 30. So I'm trying to keep myself looking like this when I'm 40. So me exercising in the morning is a key part for me. It helps me. My levels of happiness go up. That is the most important key part of my day. Sometimes if I miss the morning sort of routine that I do with the water and all that kind of thing, I make sure that I put my workouts in. That is something that I guarantee you really helps me. So after I do that, I get into my cardio. I love to do cardio after I've done the weights, only because if I do cardio fast before the weights, then I don't have much energy to do the weights. That's what works for me. So I try as much as I can to finish the weights, and then I do a little bit of cardio, push through, do the really helpful. I just feel more energetic because it helps my heart rate. I love the sweat of it. I love the feel of it. I love the feeling of like, wow, I just did that. And I know I'm going to feel happier after doing that weight training and getting myself in that position where I feel absolutely amazing. So after the gym, and I've had my bit of workout and my bit of sweat and my bit of power energy, I come back home and I do my skincare routine. Now for me, a skincare routine works two ways. I either do my skincare routine in the gym if on that particular day I am going to work, do my skincare, rush to work, and that's it. But if I've got a bit of time in the morning and I'm not rushing to work, I definitely do come back home and do my skincare routine. Now, my why for doing my skincare routine is because it's so calm and it's so peaceful. I always put my candle on the side. But the idea of taking time to take care of my skin is just so important. I love the glow. I love the feeling of my skin feeling healthy, glowy, moisturized, and feeling like it has been fed with all this beauty and all this likeness. So my wife for doing that is just, I love my skin to just be so beautifully good. I hate breakouts, but they are inevitable. I'm not a fan of breakouts. I'm not a fan of rashes. I'm not a fan of dry skin and dehydrated skin. That is not my life, and that is not what I choose. Therefore, I try as much as I can to do my skincare routine. I use a couple of products. I use 2 brands mainly. I use La Roche-Posay and I use Dermalogica. Those are the ones that have really helped my skin. However, get products that work for you and don't overpopulate your skin with products here and there. I just make my products really minimal, enjoy the routine, have fun. Sometimes I flip my hair, have as much fun as I can, and make it feel very fun and not very restricted. That just helps me. It helps my mood. It helps me put together, especially if you're working at home. If you're someone who works at home, this routine is perfect for you, because by the time I get back home, it's about 8:20, which is perfect timing for someone who is working at home before 9 o'clock. Okay, now at this point you're thinking to yourself, Lucy, you've not had breakfast. What is going on? I am not a breakfast girl, though breakfast is a very important meal. There is a lady that I know that said to me practically, she said to me that in their country, breakfast you have it alone, lunch you share with others, dinner you give it to your dog. I don't know why it is, but the logic of breakfast is that moment that is the most important meal of the day, and it's your personal time to put something into your stomach, with no bother and anything. But I'm not a breakfast person, and I can't force myself to be a breakfast person just because everybody has breakfast, because I typically start to eat around 11 to 12 o'clock. That's just when my body feels awake to take in food. There is no scientific thing to it, but I've had people talk about the importance of eating later. But for me, I've always been someone who eats a little bit later, about 11 or 12, because I can't see myself having a full English breakfast at 7. Though it differs. Times when I go on holiday, I don't know, for some reason, once I'm on holiday, I love a good full English breakfast, or a good breakfast wherever I'm traveling in the morning before I start my day. I do not know why it is, but you guys, you explain to me why it is. Anyways, so the point I'm trying to make is that after that, I go and I make my famous green smoothie. If you know me and you know anything about me, you know that I'm all about green. I'm a matcha girl, I'm a green tea girl, I'm a peppermint tea girl, I am a smoothie green girl. I just love anything green. If you get me anything green, matcha cake or whatever green cake, I'll have it. Even pasta with greens and stuff, I'll take it. I have anything green is my favorite thing. Definitely have it. So what I do is that I go downstairs, open my fridge, start getting ready to have my green smoothie. I love my healthy greens every single day. There are a lot of websites that give you a quick sort of fix. Get a powder, squash it in water and drink it. Easier for some people, but for me, I would rather have things that are organic and blend them and have them rather than things that are preserved. That's just my personal thing. So get all my greens together. So in here I make spinach, kale, avocado. That's just about it, and this keeps me full till later, because this is the day when I did this routine. Right now I feel full. I haven't eaten anything at all, and the time right now is about 5:25, so it's coming to 6 o'clock and I still feel full, not hungry at all. So anyway, I blend it and I put some powders in there. I have a couple of powders that I put, but today I put baobab, and I put my superfood grains. I normally put spirulina as well, but I left it at work, so today I didn't put the spirulina, but I normally put in there. And I have my favorite smoothie. I always put my smoothie in my Starbucks cup, only because it's easier for me. When I put it in a glass, I'm gonna drop it, so I put it in this lovely Starbucks sort of plastic cup, sip it and drink it, and I can show you it's all done and all is sort of nice today. So I have that, and that is just so amazing. I take it up to my room. So when I get to my room, now this is where I actively start thinking about what I'm going to record and stuff that I'm going to do during the day, on my off day, that I'm not working. But first things first is that I try as much as I can to nourish my mind. So I either pick up a magazine to read. I have a collection of Vogue magazines. I get a Vogue magazine every single month. every single year, and I've done it for the last 2 years. So I pick up the magazine, read my Vogue magazine, get into fashion. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm all about fashion and stuff like that. I'm a multi-creator kind of person, okay? But anyway, I read that and it really helps me. It gets me like, oh, so excited for spring, for whatever it is, and I get some fashion ideas as well. They're inspirational. Now, currently I am reading a book called Why We Sleep by Matthew, and that particular book by Matthew Walker, just to be specific, that book is just an amazing book. And for me, a tip I would say to you is that when you're reading, highlight the parts that you want to remember, the parts that you'd like to sort of look back at when you're finished reading the book, or you know, years have passed or months have passed and you want to refresh yourself, you know, on the book. So for me, I write notes, I write things on the side. I remember someone at work say to me, oh my God, Lucy, it's like you have an exam that you're going to sit for, the way in which you read this book. And I'm like, yeah, the exam is me. Anyway, so I read the book, drink my green smoothie, have a calm, you know, sort of morning, evening, and then I start with the day. Now, the day there has started about 10 o'clock because I took some time to do everything really slowly, but typically 9:30, everything is done and I'm ready and I can start my day. Now that morning routine keeps me productive, keeps me active, because no matter what happens in the day, whatever goes on in the day, or you know, I get so busy, I don't mind feeling tired at the end of the day, as long as part of the tiredness is also me having taken time for myself in the morning. I hate feeling tired for things that have added no value to me. I hate feeling tired for things that I've done for other people and nothing for my own self. Yes, I'm selfish that way, and yes, I'll continue being selfish that way. Because at the end of the day, it is all about me first before anybody else, okay? So that is how my morning routine looks like, and if anything has really helped you in here, that is really good. So for me, my takeaway, and the takeaway I can tell you when it comes to morning routine, you need to prioritize 3 things: mind, body, and gut. MBG. That's my own thing. I always say prioritize your mind, read something a day, learn something new a day. Body, exercise, stretch, do something that helps, you know, your body. Gut, drink something every day that helps your gut. A ginger, you know, a kombucha, anything, you know, fermented, have that. You know, have a green salad today, maybe have a broccoli, maybe have something, anything that adds to your gut. For me, that is a perfect addition to your life. An MBG, okay? Take it from here: mind, body, gut. Use those 3 things, and I tell you, your morning routine will be better, your day will be better, your productivity will be better. Forget time blocking, forget taking breaks, forget everything else. You feel so much better when you add value to yourself. And adding value to yourself is taking time for yourself every single day to commit to you and the things that really make you happy and nourish you. I'm going to end this video here and say you have an amazing week, an amazing year, and hopefully you come back to this video to motivate you, to help you find your why in everything that you're doing. Make sure that your why is at the forefront of everything that you're trying to do. Don't do things because I'm doing them. Don't do things because you see someone else doing them. Don't do things just because. Do things because you know your why, and let your why be your motivator. My name is Lucy 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.